How many frying pans does it take to stop a bullet? That is the question that we're going to be answering today on Yee Life. Welcome to the video. My name is Parker. This is Yee Life, where we take anything and everything. We shoot with guns and see what happens. We have none other than Fred standing by at the end of all of these pans, hoping he makes it through another video. We have some very durable stainless steel pans. Zach, these things were actually very expensive. They're very heavy, they're pretty thick. They're lined up in these little cinder blocks here. And I don't know, I feel like it's like a common thing that you see in movies or video games or whatever. You see like stopping a bullet with a pan or something.
Yeah, like some guy in his kitchen, he's getting shot at and he's like frying an egg and then he's...
Does that happen?
I don't know. How many pans are there?
We have, I think like 20. We have plenty left over in the truck too to replace these so that we have fresh pans as we get to higher and higher caliber bullets. Okay, so I'm gonna clear this table of pans because Zach actually over-ordered, I think. Dude. Because these things are really durable. And I don't want Fred to just be getting cocky back here, not even close to any of the action. I want it to be close enough to where Fred actually fears for his life in this video.
What does that leave us with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect.
Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, we are down to 10 stainless steel frying pans. Fred is standing by. He is a little more nervous now that there's not 18 pans in front of him. We're starting out with our little round of 22, shooting with our Ruger Mark IV. I saw somebody say in the comments that they just bought a Ruger Mark IV just like this one after they watched some of our videos.
You're kidding me.
And they had a ton of fun with it down at the range. It's a great little plinking gun.
Good little plinkster.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Here's our 22 against some steel frying pans. Good luck, Fred.
You nipped it.
I nipped it. Did it bounce off? All right. Did bounce off. Our first pan held up. See if there's a bulge in the back. There is a pretty significant bulge there in the back. But our first pan was able to stop our round of 22. Fred is still fine back there. Let's move up. All right, our 22 was not able to make it through our first pan. Let's see what our Glock 19 will do. We have a round of Full Metal Jacket 9mm. You guys know the drill. Every time I shoot the 9mm, do a behind the back trick shot, try to get in the chamber. Never gotten it. Maybe today will be the day.
You're fighting the wind today, dude.
I know. Northwest. That hit my knuckle.
That looked pretty close. Maybe next week. What are you gonna do after you hit the 9mm shot?
Maybe Deagle?
Deagle?
Yeah. Here we go. 9mm against our steel frying pans. Fire.
Go through?
It did. It went through our first one. Big hole here in the front. Look at that. Look at that little hatch that just goes whoop, and then dented our second pan. See our bullet anywhere, or did it go flying? Oh yeah, here's the bullet.
Oh, look at that.
That's our bullet.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
22 was 0. 9mm 1. Next up is 44 Magnum. No, 45 ACP. Okay, we have our pans replaced over there. We're moving up to our 45 ACP, the fatter bullet, moving a little bit slower, shooting it with our 1911 here. Let's see if the 45 ACP can beat the 9mm and go through 2 pans.
I'm expecting the same result.
Okay, all right, 1911 against our steel frying pans. Fire. Can't tell from here. Okay, it did go through. Made it through our first pan. Ooh, this one was a little bit different exit. This one like splintered out. I don't know how to describe it. It kind of just like came out all around, whereas the 9mm just kind of was like a single hatch in the exit. Our bullet bounced off the second pan, just like the 9mm, and was never to be seen again.
What are we doing?
Looking for the bullet.
I don't see it. You see it anywhere?
Oh, is that it? Oh. All right, we can't find the 45 ACP. It matched our 9mm, as Zach had predicted. It went through our first pan, bounced off the second. They are tied for the lead right now. Let's move up to the 44 Magnum, see if that can make it clean through 2 pans. All right, moving up to our revolver, shooting around a 44 Magnum. So I'm hoping that it can go through at least 2. I know personally, I know it can go through a bear from when I took one down back in 2023 in Alaska.
Just stop with that.
With what? Did I already tell you that? It was on, did you ever watch the show The Deadliest Catch?
Isn't that a fishing show?
Yeah. The bears love the fish though. So I was on one of those boats, the Northwestern, do you remember it? Off the coast of Anchorage, the bear swims out while we're sleeping, comes into our bunk room. I had this on me, popping.
I don't think I caught that episode, man.
Yeah, I don't think they aired it because it's pretty bad. It was a bad situation. All right, 44 Magnum against some frying pans. Good luck, Fred. Fire. What was that? Did that hit the top of your truck?
I think the round just landed inside my truck. How did that happen? That's nuts.
Guys, we did not fake this. What are the odds? So wait, let's see if it went through the first pan.
How did that even happen?
Yeah, it did go through. It came through the first pan, out the back.
Oh, it bounced off, glanced upward. Because it was in the air for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So it must have went up and then down.
I'd be curious to rewatch that and see the hang time of the bullet. Okay, I think we're going Deagle next. Let's see what this one will do.
How many pans do you think the Deagle's going through?
I don't know. I would say like 4, but this steel is holding up really well, so I guess I'm gonna say 2.
Through 3, bounce off the 4th?
Okay, I think it's gonna go through 2, bounce off the 3rd.
We'll see about that.
I guess we will.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We have our Desert Eagle. We have our round of 50 AE here. I'm excited to see what this one is gonna do. Let's see if I take a casing to the face as usual from our Desert Eagle here. Firing. Such a weird sound.
Definitely went through.
It was like, whoa.
Didn't sound like that at all.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. What is this? So we have a hole here. We have a dent here. Another exit, and then it bounced off of the 4th. Just knocked our 5th pan back. Bullet is nowhere to be found. Wow. Went through 3 pans cleanly, bounced off the 4th. So our Deagle is currently in the lead by a landslide. The 9mm, the 44 Magnum, and the 45 ACP all only went through 1 pan. The Deagle has gone through 3 and bounced off the 4th. Let's move up and see if anything can beat it.
Maybe the AR?
Maybe, but the Deagle typically holds up pretty well, man.
No, I was just saying maybe we move up to the AR now.
Maybe. All right, moving up to our AR here. It's the first rifle that we've shot, shooting around a green tip 5.56. This is gonna be very interesting to see head to head. The green tip 5.56 was actually the one that penetrated the furthest through our tires that we just shot last week. Is it going to beat the Deagle yet again, and maybe even beat the 308 again in terms of penetration? Let's see. All right, here we go. Green tip 5.56, locked and loaded. Good luck, Brad. You ready, Zach?
Yep.
Firing. Didn't move at all. It's gotta be just because that bullet is going insanely fast compared to the other ones, and it just went through like butter. Here's our small, clean entry through 1, 2, look how much different this entry is. That bullet starts to turn. This is number 3, 4. At this point, that bullet is like splintering into different pieces, so there's like multiple entries right here. 4, and then bounced off of our 5th right here. Look at that. That almost looks like the tip of the bullet right there, Zach. Big bulge in the back, like multiple bulges right here, but it did not come through. And I am seeing a piece right here. Oh yeah, look at that.
Wow, that's like the tip of the bullet.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you could just see that right there. It like bounced off right there.
It's like a little piece of candy corn.
Yeah. Did you want to hold it?
Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. It's fine, I didn't really want to hold it that bad anyway.
Brian has arrived, our slow-mo expert.
Chief Slow-Mo Officer in the house.
Our CSMO just showed up. See, Smell? It's some pretty high-level executives here at EE. Okay, our green tip 5.56 is in the lead with 4 pans, right, Zach?
I think so, yeah.
4 pans for the green tip 5.56. What is our 12 gauge gonna do? We're shooting a slug. We officially have the slow-mo camera out. I'll be interested to see what this one looks like. Let's do it. Are you doing the zoom thing again?
What?
Are you doing the thing where you just zoom in really close to just random things?
I was just checking on Brian.
Okay. Is everything okay with there?
Brian, you good?
He's probably fine. I feel like I'm at a Call of Duty map with all these tires around, just like shooting from a, I don't know, firing position in a junkyard or something. All right, here we go. Firing. Chaos. Whoa. Yeah, I went through so fast. Absolute chaos down there. All right, Zach, here is our entry in our first pan. Massive exit there. I saw 2 pans fall down right here. So it went through these 2 pans that were right here, and then small little dent right here in our 4th pan. So after watching that slow-mo, I was able to see that the slug actually landed right down here in the grass. Look at this thing. Look how shiny that is.
Wow.
There's the back side of it, I'm guessing, and then this is the front side.
Well, you know what I think it did? It's the stainless steel.
Oh, you think it's actually coated in that? I think you're right, because look, that's the slug, and then you can see these pieces.
There's a layer of the pan in front of it.
Yeah, wow, that's so the slug was able to make it clean through 3 pans, bounce off the 4th. All right, so the green tip 5.56 still in the lead. Let's move up to the 308, shoot the Scar, and see if that one can make it through more than 4 pans. Okay, we're getting ready to move up to the Scar, and before we do, I want to tell you guys that the best way to support the channel is by grabbing something at yee.com. That's my full-time job. I own a brand called Yee with my 2 brothers right here in Texas. We're a brand built off of faith, freedom, and the outdoors. Faith meaning that we believe that Jesus is who he says he was, that he is the Son of God, and that there's no other name under heaven by which men must be saved. Freedom meaning we believe in the founding principles of this country that allow us to shoot guns here on private land in Texas, and the outdoors in a world of increasingly depressed people sitting inside on their phones. Get outside and go do something fun with the boys.
Really? With the boys?
Get out there with the boys, man.
Trying to talk to Gen Z?
Go plinking.
What generation are you?
Millennial.
Millennial?
Yeah. Is that before 98?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a Gen Zer.
You're after 98?
I'm 01.
2001? How old are you? Like 16?
I'm 24.
All right, we have our gold Scar. We are in position. We have a round of 308 that we're going to be shooting out of our Scar, and we'll see, is this going to beat the green tip 5.56, or is it going to fall short like it did in the tire video? Can the 308 make it through more than 4 pans? Let's see. Firing.
That looked pretty promising.
Yeah, I saw some back ones move.
Whoa. Wow. Look at that flame.
And then it just tumbles straight up. All right, here's our entry. So it came in through 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where that bullet starts to turn here. Look how horizontal that is. 5, really big entry. The entries are just getting sloppier and sloppier. 6, it basically, that bullet starts to split. 7, we're still going, and then it bounces off right here at pan number 8. Fred survives by 2 pans. The 308 obliterated the green tip 5.56 this time. That's fascinating. It did not penetrate as far in the tires that we shot last week, but the 308 doubles the green tip 5.56, almost doubles it. It goes clean through 7 pans, bounces off the 8th, setting us up perfectly for the 50 cal. Can the 50 cal make it through 10 stainless steel pans all the way to Fred?
I don't know.
Can it? All right, it is the moment that you have been waiting for. I'm geared up. We have our 50 cal here, and we have our round. We have 10 stainless steel pans standing by. Fred nervously posted up behind them. Can the 50 cal go through all 10 pans all the way to Fred? Brian is standing by with our... Brian's standing by with the slow-mo camera. Let's do this. Eagle 1, this is Ghost Rider. Requested clearance to engage. Roger that, green light to Ghost Rider.
Nobody up there, man.
All right, sorry. Hang on, Fred. Fred.
Wow. Dude, I think it may have made it to number 9. I definitely see holes in number 9. There's just a big flash. Rewind it again. So that bullet entered pretty center, kind of veered up and up and up, and then caught that 9th pan. Yeah, man, I think it may have made it to number 9. Let's go see.
All right, oh my gosh, dude. It literally made it to number 10, but wasn't enough to make it through to Fred. I think that it just did that though. It looks like it went through his arm.
Oh.
And he did lose his head, but he always loses his head. So it's interesting, that bullet's traveling so fast. Here's our entry right here, and pan number 1, semi-center. This pan is actually still warm. Pretty center in our second pan. That bullet's traveling so fast that it just travels straight through him, and then the destruction begins. We just start losing pans as that bullet, look at that side, look at that bullet just turned completely horizontal on that pan.
It literally looks like the outline of a bullet.
That's insane. And then as our bullet travels, so lots of charring in this one, right about center of all of our pans. Wow. And then that exit just gets gnarlier and gnarlier. Look at that. Look at that thing, dude. That's insane how big that is. So then our bullet starts to actually split apart because all of these pans were brand new. So it almost just like turns into like a bird shot from a shotgun as that bullet just breaks apart, but it's still penetrating. This is pan number 6. It went straight through this one, all those little pieces, and then this is number 9. It's just like splintered, made it through here, and then at this point, it just redirected and then hit Fred in the arm right here. I wonder if that bullet had been able to stay straight, if it would have made it through that 10th pan. I don't know, but that is as close as you can get. Fred is wounded and he is sweating, but Fred does survive the video. He just takes one to the arm. So 9 stainless steel pans is what it took to stop our 50 cal. What a video.
So do we call that an L for Fred or no? I think he's still a survivor.
I think he's surviving that. He's probably not gonna have use of his arm, but he avoided the torso, he avoided the head. He barely dodges that 50 cal round. Thank you guys for watching. Hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and yee.
It's quite the weapon.
Merry Christmas to all. To all, a good night. Everybody make sure you lock your doors this week. We don't want a wet bandit situation. Kevin McAllister home alone. If you know, you know. Zach, can we get a tank when we hit 10 mil?
No.
Whistling Diesel has one. People are saying we're like the Wish Whistling Diesel.
The Wishel and Diesel?
Thank you guys for watching. Jesus is the reason for the season. That rhymed, you like that?
It did rhyme a little bit.
But in all seriousness, Christmas is not primarily about the presents, it's not primarily about Santa. It is really about God sending his son, Jesus Christ, here to earth, who was born 2,000 years ago. The Bible says that all of us have sinned against a good, holy God, that all of us stand guilty before him. And so because God is a good, just judge, he can't let the guilty go unpunished. And so he sent his son Christ, who lived the perfect life that we were supposed to live. He died the death that we deserve on the cross. And on the cross, Jesus took our place, substituting himself, taking on the penalty for our sin, taking on the just, good wrath of God in our place. And 3 days later, he rose from the grave, showing that he was who he said he was, that God had accepted his sacrifice, and now he stands at the right hand of God, calling all men to repent repent or turn from their sin and trust in Him alone for salvation. The Bible says that there's no other name under heaven by which men must be saved. That is the message that changed my life in January of 2021, that reality.
Could cardboard stop a bullet? That is the question we're going to answer today. My name is Parker. Welcome back to Yee Life, where we take anything and everything and we shoot it with guns and we see what happens. We have 200 cardboard boxes flattened and lined up here. 2 pieces of cardboard per box, Zach. That's 400 pieces of cardboard standing in between us and Fredward, who is standing by as today's test dummy. If you had enough cardboard, could you survive a bullet? We, as usual, are going to start small with a little round of 22 and work our way all the way up through like 12 levels of destruction, Zach, all the way up to the 50 BMG and see how many pieces of cardboard it would take to stop each round as we move up in destructiveness. Fred does have a wound from some off-camera shenanigans that we did. But he's ready to go. He lives for this stuff, Zach.
He loves it.
We're starting out with our little round of 22. How many will this go through, Zach? How many sheets of cardboard? This is gonna be a fun video. All right, first shot of the day. Let's see what our 22 does. Are you ready, Zach?
Yes, sir.
Okay, entry here. Kind of a weird looking entry, Zach. It's like sideways. Let's see how far it went. I get a shot of this right here. I actually found the bullet. It's lodged right there. So I'm gonna count and see how many pieces that bullet made it through. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 26, 27, 28. So 28 boxes, 56 pieces of cardboard for our 22. Let's move up. Hey, 56 sheets for the 22. What will the Glock 19 do? Here's our gun. We're shooting around of 9mm, full metal jacket. How many pieces of cardboard would it take to stop a 9mm? Alrighty, here we go. 9mm, first cardboard. Much cleaner entry that time, Zach. Just a regular little circle here. Wow, it's still going, Zach. Okay, wow. That went more than halfway through. Sometimes it's kind of interesting. Sometimes there's a dent, but that's not necessarily where the bullet is. Sometimes the bullet could be right in here. Yep, I see it right here. Look at this, Zach. All right, here's our bullet right here. And look at that, Zach. It's like backwards there in this box. I'm gonna get them counted up and see how far it made it. 80 boxes is what was remaining here, meaning it made it through 120 boxes here, times 2 pieces of cardboard per box, 240 sheets of cardboard is what it took to stop the 9mm. Let's move up. Zach, we have the 1911. We're shooting around a 45 ACP, a fatter bullet than the 9mm, not traveling as fast. Quite the rivalry between these two. I'm really excited to see which one's gonna win, the 9mm or the 1911. Let's see. Here we go. Bigger entry, Zach. Hit right here, smacked it. Oh, I see it right here. Look at it.
There it is.
Look at that. That's so cool. It's like just perfectly stuck in that cardboard right there. Let me get them counted up and we'll see how far it went. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 94 boxes times 2, 188 sheets of cardboard is what it took to stop our full metal jacket 45 ACP. So there you go, 9mm still in the lead. Zach, the 9mm was in the lead, but not for long.
Don't do that.
What?
It's bad for the gun.
It's so satisfying though. Why would they make it like this if you can't do the spinny thing?
I don't know. You're just not supposed to do it.
44 Magnum. Here's our round right here. I'm expecting the 9mm to not be in the lead for long. Here we go. 44 Magnum versus cardboard.
What?
I told you about the time that I took down a grizzly in Home Depot?
Yeah,
outside Anchorage?
You told me. Yep.
I told you that?
You have told me, yes.
Okay. Because I did.
I know.
I may have missed Zach.
You missed? How did you miss?
Okay, so our bullet slid out
missed,
of the
is what
boxes,
happened.
and the wind.
You missed the boxes.
There was a huge gust of wind.
Let's just reshoot them.
And the sun came in my eye right at the last minute. And then, unfortunately, Fred. All right, I got another round in here. Hopefully, the wind does not pick up last minute this time.
There was no wind.
There was a huge gust. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Zach, I shot that 44 Magnum 3 times before this, and each time the bullet veered off, so I had to go smack dab in the center that time. I did not mess around. Let's see how far it went. There it is right there. Boom. Look at that thing. Massive bullet sitting right there. I don't even want to touch it. I bet it's so hot. Let me get it counted up, see how far it went. Okay, so our bullet made it through 260 sheets of cardboard. We have a new leader ahead of the 9mm. Actually, a little surprised it didn't make it much further, but nonetheless, it is our new leader. Let's move up to the Desert Eagle. Here we go. Here's our round of 50 AE, gigantic round with a gigantic gun. Here is the Desert Eagle. Let's see how far it'll make it. I have a feeling we're about to have a new leader. I gotta go dead center here, Zach, because I do not want this thing to veer off. Fred, this might be your end, buddy. Let's see what happens. All right, you good?
Yeah.
Oh, golly, that was lower than I was hoping, but let's see what happened. Entered right here. Let's walk straight to the back. Oh, that's definitely our bullet right there. That's good news. It did not make it all the way down to the table, so it wasn't too low. And and there it is right there, just flipped out, right out of that piece of cardboard. I don't know how much closer Fred could have gotten. His whole life is flashing before his eyes right now. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 boxes, which is 22 sheets of cardboard in between Fred and
his death. Okay, so our Desert Eagle made it through 378 sheets of cardboard, almost all the way to the end of what we had set up. Fred barely survives by 22 sheets. Desert Eagle, new leader. All right, Zach, we're moving up to our first rifle of the day. We have our AR-15 here, shooting a round of .223. Very interesting it will be to see how far the AR makes it compared to the Desert Eagle.
What are you, Dr. Seuss?
What? Did I rhyme?
Very interesting it will be to see.
Yeah, I've been reading it with my son a lot. I really don't mean to rhyme. Just do it all the time. Oh, is that a crime? Here we go.
Good hit.
Fred did not move. Zach, let's go straight to the end.
Okay, I was gonna go to the front, but let's just go to the
Let's
end.
go straight to the end. Front is always just a tiny little boring entry. The back is where the action is, and there's nothing.
I thought the back was where the action is.
No, the front is where all the action is. The back's the boring part.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said that. Zach, this thing did not make it very far. Oh,
There it is.
what are the odds? Look at that. Look at that. What is it even doing right there? It looks like it came in from the other direction somehow. Okay, let me get it counted up. The AR made it through 286 sheets of cardboard. Not as many as the Desert Eagle. Zach, we're moving up to the AK-47. We have a round of 7.62 by 39. Always fun to see how... My microphone. Just cut that part out. Not the burps.
Just go.
Gonna shoot. I'm just gonna shoot it. Here we go, Zach. I'm gonna get a little closer this time.
I like that.
Alrighty, here we go. Entry right here, right next to our 223, Zach. Let's see how far it went. It's still going, Zach. There we go. Stopped right here. There's our bullet right there, right in between these two sheets. Let me get them counted up. All right, 336 sheets of cardboard for our AK-47. Now in second place, the Desert Eagle is still in the lead. Let's move up. Here we go. We have the 12 gauge shotgun. We're shooting a slug. Let's see how this compares. What is our slug gonna do? Let's see. Here we go, Zach. Are we gonna get a bunch of cardboard flying around? Let's see. Hang on, Fred. This might push you back, buddy. Big hole right here in the center. I have no clue what to expect. Check the back of our first bundle. It's not gonna be hard to see the exit of the slug. There it is. It's still moving. Oh yeah, it's still going, Zach. Slug's not messing around. What? Look how far it made it. Are you kidding me? There it is right there. Look at this, Zach. It made it so much further than I was expecting. It's just such a big mass of metal. You just don't think that a slug is gonna penetrate that far. It made it all the way through all of our cardboard. Let me get it counted up and see how far it made it. Okay, our slug made it 326 sheets of cardboard, almost to the very end, putting it, what is that, Zach, second place?
I don't know, I guess that's why we do the leaderboard, right?
Put up the leaderboard. I don't really know, but it made it so far. The slug. Don't ever underestimate the slug, people. Let's move up. Zach, we're moving up to the gold scar. We have a 308 bullet round. We replaced many of our boxes. The first like 50 are from yesterday, but the rest are brand new, and we even have large boxes in the very back, just in case these rifles start to get skittish on us and they start to veer off like they usually do. All right, here we go. 308 versus cardboard. How many will it go through? Bang! All right, entry right here. Zach, I'm gonna go ahead and just like head on back here to these big boxes, see what we're working with. And, okay, Zach, here we go. There's our bullet right here. Oh. So it did not touch the table. It almost came down to the table, but didn't touch it and stopped right here in this box. So I'll get them counted up and see how many sheets it made through. Okay, 446 sheets of cardboard is what the 308 made it through. Zach, that beats our Desert Eagle, right? Desert Eagle was our previous leader.
Yeah, I think this one's in the lead now.
446 sheets for the 308. Man, we are getting pretty close to Fred here. Zach, put up the leaderboard so that people can see
Yes, sir.
what the current leader is, and it's time for us to move up to a bigger gun. We're moving up to the 306. Here's the bullet. Big round, biggest round that we've shot so far. Let's see what it does. All right, Zach, we added another 22 sheets of cardboard. We have 620 sheets of cardboard total on this table. Let's see if it's enough to stop the 30-06. Let's see what happens. Let's see. All right, entered right here in the front, and let's head to the back and see if we can see what happened. Still going, still going, still going. It's kind of drifting upwards, Zach. It's drifting up. It's all the way up here now. It's completely horizontal, and let's see. That's it, and it keeps going into the big boxes. Whoa, there it is. That actually did not make it as far as the 308, I don't think. Let me get them counted because we did add more boxes, so let me get them counted up and see what number this is. That's so cool. It's literally backwards, Zach. The calculation is complete. 30-06 made it 412 sheets into our gigantic pile of cardboard here, and it did not beat the 308. The 308 beats the 30-06. I don't remember the last time that happened, but it did. Fred, still alive back here. What is the 50 cal gonna do? There's usually a massive flame. Is it gonna set this whole thing on fire? I don't know. I'll get geared up. Let's see. Zach, the time has come. We have the 50 BMG on my left, and to my right,
I have another 50 BMG. The miniature, die-cast, non-firing, Yee 50 cal replica has officially released in the store. We made a very limited quantity. These things are super high quality. It has moving, realistic parts, comes with a removable magazine, and your very own 3 rounds of 50 that are loadable into the magazine. It does not fire, but Zach, it will bring you joy, and it makes possibly the best desk or shelf toy. So here it is. You can get your very own Yee miniature toy 50 cal right now at yee.com. Click the link in the description. And I worked on these for like 6 months, and they're finally here. I'm very excited with the way they turned out. Hope you guys like them. All right, let's shoot the 50. All right, we have our round of 50 BMG loaded into our mag here, and we're gonna see how many pieces of cardboard it would take to stop a 50 cal, Zach. Brian, can you set up the camera, please? Brian's finally arrived late. All right, here we go. Will the 308 be the winner of today's video for maybe the first time ever, or will the 50 cal stay straight enough to make it past 426 sheets of cardboard and be the winner? Let's see. Eagle 1, this is Ghost Rider requesting clearance to engage target. Roger that, green light to Ghost Rider. Hang on, Fred. Wow, so the round did go through all those small boxes, and then it just randomly shoots up toward the end there and then grazes through those taller boxes. All right, Zach, I'm excited. Let's see what happened. This is our entry.
Oh, dead center.
Right here in the center. And what? Zach, look at the big boxes.
Oh, you think it came up to the right?
Look at that, Zach. Okay, so our bullet came through, and it did end up veering up and out. Came through about 700 sheets before it veered off. I'm gonna shoot it one more time, see if we can get it to stay straight. All right, guys, we tried to shoot it 2 more times, but it really wasn't that interesting because both times it veered off. Second shot here, third shot here, in the exact same spot. The 50 cal was not able to stay straight. So the very first shot that we did was the furthest. So I'll get them counted up and see if the 50 cal was the champion. All right, 616 sheets is what our 50 cal made it through. It is actually by far the winner of today, and it was not able to stay straight. Who knows how far it actually would have made it if we had cardboard wide enough. We got some of the biggest boxes we could find, and it still couldn't keep it straight. Fascinating. It's moving so fast.